Shalom. Kol Halo Yahweh Ba'ashum Yahushai Ba'ashum Rakach Wadash. The bonds of the apostles, the bonds of the elders, at great millstone who rule well and taught me this truth. Much respect to you brothers out there, this preach his word in truth and sincerity throughout the full country of earth. Right? The tabernacle of David that's being risen up right before your very eyes. The hopeful elect and the speckled bird. To you, I say shalom. Let's get into this lesson, man. This is just a quick hit of the signs of the times, and we're getting closer and closer to the end, right? It's getting closer and closer to the end of this man's kingdom, Esau Edom, who is the so-called white man, the end of his kingdom, but he's just now getting started, right? You're going to see this man go crazy, right? All right. Sending out the sword. I did a lesson the other day. They're sending out a task force. Let me see if it's up here. But pretty much, Supreme Court green lights racial profiling by ICE, by the Ice Cube, right? Which that goes into, hey, they're coming after Jake, right? Northern and Southern Kingdom. This one right here, as I did earlier the other day, right? Which I may just play it again here. So I'm going to just go ahead and play it
The
again.
White House has created an FBI-led joint mission center that's dedicated to proactively hunting Americans suspected of domestic terrorism. You want to know what that is? The budget request reveals anti-Americanism, anti-capitalism, anti-Christianity, support the overthrow of the United States government, extreme on migration, extremism on racism, extremism on gender, hostility towards those who traditional American views on family, hostility towards those who hold traditional American views on religion, and hostility towards those who hold traditional views on morality. Do I have your attention yet? Are you alarmed? And this is what the budget request shows right here. Domestic terrorists who are motivated at a range of ideologies and galvanized by recent political and social events in the United States pose an elevated threat to the homeland. What in the COINTELPRO 3.0? Domestic terrorists exploit a variety of popular social media platforms, smaller websites with targeted audiences, and encrypted chat applications. They use these platforms to recruit new adherents, plan and rally support for in-person reactions, and disseminate material.
But yeah, since I already did a lesson on that the other day, but yeah, just, hey, best believe the Israelites are on that list. But that's why this thing is not a game. Do not be out here playing around, right? Make your call and election sure. Make sure that you're doing the work. So as got this scripture down here, right? My servants shall eat, which we'll get in a sec, right? Which I want to get into, right? Gasoline is running out. It's another article I meant to get, article or video of the fertilizer, which I believe I have a video on that, right? So we're coming to a gas and oil shortage and a fertilizer shortage, so we're seeing prices ramp up and we're getting closer and closer, right? As the scriptures speak of in Matthew 24, right? The beginning of woes, man, right? The people is about to feel it. They're not going to be out here drinking wine, being merry, Often when I go out, go over there with the Tennessee brothers, you got you got several buses. And I think about that scripture a lot, man, in Isaiah, man, because you got these buses out there in Nashville, man. They be partying, having a good time, drinking, dancing, singing, being merry. But I think about that scripture all the time because it's like, hey, y'all not going to be like that very, very soon, man. I want to get this right here. Let's see. All right, California may be facing major. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. We got to go back to it. Let's get back to it, right? California may be facing major energy crisis as last barrel of oil from the Middle East arrives in Long beach, and we'll see how this thing plays out. Let's go over here because everything is leading to the MOTB. That squeeze, these people is going to have to rely on Esau Edom. But we are going to rely upon Yahweh Shemiel Shai, have our faith in the Lord because we understand what's coming, man. Because as I get this one right here, right? Almost 50%, come on, fam. Almost 50% of U.S. customers will be willing to use Palm Biometrics, aka, they may not be saying it, but it's the MOTB, that charagma, as you read in Revelation 13, right? I'm gonna play that video, Lord willing, but you got this right here. Trump says he will get out of office 8 or 9 years from now. All right, true dictatorship. All right, I saw this one earlier. All right, religious leaders told, prepare now for the UFO disclosure to unleash Bible-changing revelations. And starting with the apostles, elders, elder bishops, and brothers on down, we tell you what the UFOs are. According to the Bible, they are the chariots, right? The vehicles of the angels, right? Hey, the vehicles of the elect, the vehicles that Yahweh Shai will use, right? He's going to be in the big fathership, right? And we're praying to the Lord that we will receive salvation and see the downfall of our enemies, right? All right, gas is now topping $7 per gallon in a remote California country, right? As we just read, the last barrel is popping up soon, man, and we getting close to those times, man. Let me see if I get this one over here. Right? Come on, fam. Hey, shoot, you got this one right here. 81% of young Americans now say economic conditions are terrible. Those are the signs of the times, man. Those are the signs of the times, man. Right? I wanted to get this one right. Let me see. Judgment right there. All right. Hey, more news. Iran warns we are just getting started after missile barrage on UAE as Trump declines to confirm ceasefire status because it's been all over the place, right? They'll say it's a ceasefire and then still be firing upon each other, man. And that's just the spirit of the Lord having things escalate, right? Hantavirus outbreak on a cruise ship, right? As the brother's been saying, that's pretty much a sign to show the brothers, hey, sit your ass down, man. I wanted to get this one right here. Chevron CEO warns of imminent global oil shortages as Strait of Hormuz remains closed. And these are the times that we in, man. Let's get some scriptures real quick. Isaiah 65 and verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Right? Which one do you want to be part of? Scriptures go into being in the house of mourning. Right? You being in the house of mourning, eventually you're going to be fed. Those that are in the house of mirth, they're going to be out here starving. Right? So we're making our calling election sure, calling upon the Lord, doing what we're supposed to do. So, so we can get fed. All right? That's plain and simple. If you got kids, got family members that you want, Lord willing, you want delivered, hey, you want them to be delivered and fed. Just plain and simple. You want to be delivered and fed, right? While everybody else is going to be out here looking stupid, right? As it speaks of. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart. Imagine singing a joyful heart, singing a song, dancing like David. All right. You got your young, you got your music, you got your food. You doing good, man. Everybody else surrounds you, right? They looking stupid, man. What was that movie on Netflix? Leave the World Behind, right? Pretty much at the end, I believe it was the little girl, little boy or little girl. They end up finding the bunker with all those movies and food. And that's how the elect is going to be. Yaharatazah, right? And more. Because the scriptures speak about that spiritual power, as I got earlier. They making that task force to go hunt down people, right? Hey, when the enemy comes in like the flood, the Lord shall lift up their standard, right? Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. Ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. For the Lord Yahweh power shall slay thee and call his servants by another name. Let's get that in the GNT, right? Love how I put it right here. This is in the GNT, Isaiah 65, verse 13, right? And so I tell you that those who worship and obey me will have plenty to eat and drink. Gotta have a faith of a mustard seed, and we say, hey, have more than that. Because it's gonna be ugly out here, but you're gonna be able to eat and drink and be merry. But you will be hungry and thirsty. You see, those that didn't want to take heed, right? We were blowing that trumpet, but Jake wanted to be hard-headed. But my pastor said, oh, I got to be in that Islam or whatever, right? Oh, there is no God. All right, cool. We gonna see. They will be happy, but you will be disgraced. You see, the servants of the Lord will be happy. The 2/3 is going to be disgraced. They will sing for joy, but you will cry with a broken heart. You see, man, my chosen, because it's all about the elect. My chosen people will use your name as a curse. And man, because hey, didn't y'all look down upon us? You know, you had this one nigga drive by and said nobody don't want to hear that shit. Hey, we gonna know his name and use his name as a curse, man. And he gonna be an example. He gonna be out here starving. And those that mock the Lord and his prophets and his men, right? We're gonna be able to laugh at you, right? We're gonna be able to laugh at you. I, the sovereign Lord, will put you to death. You see, this thing of ours is not to play. And if you don't want to take heed into that trumpet, do what the Lord tell you to do, you're going to get that ass whooping. You're going to die from the ass whooping, man. But I will give a new name to those who obey me. Anyone in the land asks for a blessing will ask to be blessed by the faithful power. Whoever take an oath, I will serve by my name of the faithful power. The troubles of the past will be gone and forgotten. That's why you got to have your eyes on the prize, man. I'm trying to think about that quote that, if I'm not mistaken, Kobe Bryant said, don't have a plan B. Have a plan A and give your all unto that plan A, right? And this is our plan A. This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, giving our all to the plan A. Because what's the plan B? Looking unto the world, taking that MOTB, and you gonna be done. You're gonna be done, man. Let's see. I believe I have another video I want to get into. Fair use. Let me fast forward it. All right, fair use.
Missiles. Everybody's watching the ships. Everybody's arguing in the comments like this is some damn football game. Oh man, we're winning. No, we're not. They're losing. We destroyed them. Cool. Meanwhile, The one thing that actually is going to screw you, your grocery bill, your food, your ability to actually buy normal stuff, maybe even your life, nobody's even talking about it. And I'm sitting here watching and thinking, do people not understand how this works? Because what just got hit wasn't the headline. It was the system underneath it. Now, let me slow this down so nobody misses it. Right now, fertilizer, the stuff that literally makes crops grow,
Let them
is
preach.
getting squeezed hard. Shipping routes are under pressure, energy costs jumping, supply tightening. And here's the part that should make you pause for a second. A massive chunk of the world's fertilizer goes through one narrow stretch of water. And that stretch of water is sitting in the middle of everything heating up right now. So while everyone's focused on the explosions, all the ships are getting hit, the thing that feeds the entire system is sitting right there in the blast zone. And hold on, before somebody jumps in the comments, oh, here we go, doom and gloom conspiracy. No, this is basic cause and effect. You don't get food without fertilizer, period. And no one even understands the catastrophic consequence of what's going on. Let me be simple as possible. No fertilizer, less crop yield, less food, higher prices, shortages, supply and demand. That is not a theory. That is not political. And that ain't an opinion. That is how agriculture works. And I don't know why people act like food just appears in the back of Walmart like it's a freaking magic trick. Farmers don't just figure it out. They cut back, they use less, they plant less, or they just stop altogether. And when that happens, you don't feel it tomorrow, you feel it later. Check out, I'm going to play a clip from Bloomberg, then discussing this, the catastrophic impact of what's coming. And no one is even talking about it, nobody's even thinking about it.
An access issue. So we've got not just a pricing issue, so a pricing cost issue, we've also got a challenge to actually get access to the product itself. So you've got the combination of a price shock and a supply shock, which is about to create a huge cataclysmic problem in the real economy, but in particular on food. And we saw this with the Black Sea, because we developed the Black Sea Agreement for the UN Secretary General, and we see similarities there. Because food pricing, the access to food, the inability to feed yourself, that's what gave rise to the Arab Spring. That's actually what causes political instability. So, as you say, this is not just an important conference. There's a series of important conversations, but there's an urgency about kind of getting some of these issues better understood. And the private sector understands these issues sometimes a lot better than the policymakers themselves.
John, I feel like there's something going on. You talk about this moment in time for milk, but go back to the Russian invasion into Ukraine and the breadbasket to the world. And we saw grain prices certainly impacted. Go back to COVID and
everybody remembers actually going to get toilet paper. Nearly 60% of U.S. farmers say their finances are getting worse as fertilizer and fuel costs rise. So it's not even just the fertilizer, it's the fuel cost.
Fertilizer and fuel costs, right?
But hey, don't worry. We took care of Argentina beef farmers. Remember, we did that. We took care of those guys. Argentina was much more important than our own food supply. Let's import our meat instead, right? Make America great again means getting stuff from outside the country, I guess. Steep fertilizer and fuel prices could squeeze U.S. farmers for months to come, right? Months to come. It could remain high into the next year.
And we've been saying, hey, shoot, it could be later this year, next year. We get the heck up out of here, man. But yeah, this is the beginning of sorrows, man. The people about to feel it. They're not gonna be out here merry and having a good time, man, but only the elect. Let me see if I find that scripture. I get it real quick. It's Isaiah 24 and verse 9. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be better to them that drink it. You see, they're not going to be out here drinking wine with a song, having a good time. Like I said, when I go over there in Nashville, with the Nashville brothers, you got them buses out there, people having a good time, drinking. That time is going to be over with, man. Gas prices going to be so up. Man, matter of fact, it's going to be a war zone too. You're not going to be having a good time like that, man. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There's a cry for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. That's what's coming. That's what's coming. Right? That's what's coming. But this is what we looking forward to, man. Right? Going back to Isaiah 65 and verse 17 in the GNT, right? You see what it says right there. This is what we're looking forward to. As I've been saying, as the scriptures say, this is the birthing pains, man. Right? The beginning of sorrows, the beginning of woes. This is just the birthing pains for the kingdom of heaven. But we got something beautiful in store for us, man. Once again, in the GNT, Isaiah 65, verse 17, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua says, I am making a new earth and new heaven. The events of the past will be completely forgotten. Right? The Lord gonna wipe away all your tears. You're gonna be out here rejoicing, having a good time, man. Be healed and have those new bodies. Right? Be rulers, righteous rulers, man. Be glad and rejoice forever in what I create. The new Jerusalem I will make will be full of joy, and her people will be happy. I myself will be filled with joy because of Jerusalem and her people, right? Because we're going to be righteous. We're not going to sin anymore. Our people, from the least to the greatest, is not going to go a whoring after these other gods of wood and stone. Esau, Edom is going to be in chains. There will be no weeping there, no calling for help. Babies will no longer die in infancy, and all people will live out their lifespan. Those who live to be 100 will be considered young. You see? To die before that will be a sign that I have punished them. People will build houses and get to live in them. They will not be used by someone else. And if you know what's going on with the tiny toppers, right? Tiny hats, they over there in Palestine, literally stealing other people's houses, killing other people. I saw the earlier today, if I'm not mistaken, this man's woman was in labor and they killed him. That's rough, man. And we seeing in real time why the Lord said, give unto them double, right? They can't go to sleep unless they call someone to fill. They love blood. Since you love blood, as the scriptures say, a blood is going to pursue you, right? Let's see. They will plant vineyards and enjoy wine. It will not be drunken by others, you see? Like trees, my people will live long lives. They will fully enjoy things that they have worked for. The work they do will be successful, and the children will not meet with disasters. I will bless them and their descendants from all time to come. Even before they finish praying to me, I will answer their prayers. Wolves and lambs will eat together. Lions will eat straw and cattle do, and snakes will no longer be dangerous. O Zion, my sacred hill, there will be nothing harmful or evil. So it's going to be so peaceful, so beautiful that even the animals won't be out here eating each other. Imagine how peaceful that is. The animals won't be out here eating each other, right? And we're going to live long. Hey, we're going to live forever. We're going to be literally gods on the earth, right? But, hey, we got to get through these birthing pains, man. But as I read earlier, hey, my servant shall eat. My servant shall eat. So that's coming, man. Hey, Yahweh desires an edifying lesson. Shalom.